y'all know these Masons, these Jews. I'm all their favorite artists right now. They fuck with me. They just want to be hearing my music. I swear to God. I don't give a fuck. They fuck with us, bro. We took it over. Girl, sucking on my penis. On my spaceship, flying on the motherfucking Zion shit. I'm the pilot, star pilot is the shit, and I don't give a fuck this shit. Okay, we gon' take it to the top. Hopped off the porch with my motherfucking soul. Yeah, and then I take a flight. Yeah, looking at the world, living up alright. Yeah. Then I made a left. Yeah. And you know that's dead. Yeah. That's cause Uriel. That's you. Yeah. Shouts out to the dog, need a pilot. And okay, I'ma keep on going to the top. And I'm being on the top. And I'm getting on the top. So these girls on my spaceship, and they run around my block. And they wanna see me look out here. They see me, I be flying. Man. I don't give a fuck how you feel, little nigga. Really, nigga, give a shit how you fucking feel. Niggas fucking twirl, niggas 2020, nigga, fuck 2020 shit. I don't really live in the past, but that shit was bullshit. I'ma fucking stay fly and just sparks, nigga. Damn it, I can die in the esoteric realm. I ain't the one to be fucked with. And if you see me in the visions, I'm the one that be haunted. And niggas wanna fuck with, I ain't think I be walking, sight. I be walking on gold, cause in that world I be talking. My shit, in my space, in my vision, in my lake, in my take, I ain't take, nigga, I ain't wait, and it make, now I smoke, and I won't, yeah. Cause you can lean on me, you can lean on me, girl, you can lean on me, yeah, girl, you can lean on me, cause I got all the money, yeah, I got all the money. Yeah, man. I back to the shit, man. And I remember what I was talking about. Yeah, so shit. So nigga, you could have very well been set up a plan with a certain individual, right? To get this shit correlated. Like you had the spot, you knew the location, you know what time these cats be closing and shit, you know all this shit about the banking situation, right? And he told this individual just to worry about being here by this specific time, right? So when you get here by this specific time, right, you know that we're like just trust me. It's all about trust, right? So this cat, so nigga, so you're in there getting the shit correlated. You get the stick, you come through the back. This dude should have been here by this time, right? Cause you got clock watch, you got stopwatch and everything. You got this shit calculated, correlated in your head, nigga. You walk outside and nowhere to be found. He starts calling you and shit. He fucked the whole shit up. Like, nigga, why you calling? Nigga, don't call me. Just know how to just get here and nigga fucking everything up. And this nigga scared and shit. Oh shit. Then people start seeing a nigga with a mask with some bag of money in his hand, and people start getting called and shit just fucking up. And nigga, like it is gets fucked up at that point, cause like nigga, and then nigga comes in, it's already too late. So even if y'all don't get caught, you know now, never work with that individual again. You know what I'm saying? And give him some money, like, and I really wouldn't even provide. I wouldn't even give him that shit. I don't know. He don't think he deserve it. But at that point, it's like, nigga, you just gotta know what the fuck you doing. So why I say that? I said that to say this. It's like our minds is like fluid. So it's kind of like if you have the intent, if you have the right vibration, the right frequency to your actual motion picture, then you know how the shit plays out. Because if you had it in picture it in your mind, and you're such a strong witch or wizard, you know how to bring that waterfall down here and relate that to the world, then you should already know why you can correlate your actions so well down here. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you hold in on a thought, you want to make sure that you know they holding on that clay. So like it's like water, and you gotta create a sufficient clay so this shit don't get stuck. This shit gets stuck together. So it's like every other spirits that adds their 1 2 to it. You use that like an energy
battery source, so you can use that to transmute for what you got going on. So when you got your little shit going on, now you got the whole shit going on, and you on your way. So yeah, like you gotta be in spaces like that. So when you're in spaces like that, you don't have to worry about too much about what the other person, what this person like, because now the only reason you have to worry about that is probably because you didn't create it. But see, like, if you're a strong spirit, you don't really gotta be in these certain energies, but it's good to be in these certain energies. So when you're in these spaces, you know how, because it feels like, because you still gotta take responsibility for certain shit too. Because you should be wise enough to know as a spirit to not trust certain individuals and shit like that. Because when you trust certain individuals, it's like that shit gets foggy at the end. Like sometimes you gotta be in a person with the same level as you, so you gotta get someone on your level and shit like that. So you get them on your level, y'all can already be in certain spiritual synchronicities in the spiritual realm, and it'll play out in the physical realm. Then y'all can already have ways and transits and how you go upon y'all shit, and then this shit would have went smoothly and buttery and all sugar sweet, lovely, sweet girl and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like shit like that. It's like we gotta be in these spaces and like know what we be doing with our energies and shit like that, and our water cycles and our water transits and our water transactions and transitions and shit like that. With that being, and y'all hit the like button too. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Fucking, I'm shadow banned, nigga. I know I'm shadow banned, nigga. Hit the like button if you're watching. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I don't give a fuck about it, nigga. Hit the flight button. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Back, you know what I'm saying? Back to that shit, nigga. We just doing our little shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like whatever we do, right? It's like we know that we're here to do is we're here to bring out more. We're here to bring down more possibilities, more all possibilities in general, right? And however that actual looks like to you, however that shit proceeds to be like towards you, you know that the whole point, the whole objective is just to create your own vibe, create your own thing that you got going on. Because whatever you got going on, you know it's for the bigger cause, it's for the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? No motion picture, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you floating and shit like that. So when you flowing in the motion, you know how to create the picture and shit like that. So so motion will be like androgynous. You know what I'm saying? Floating would be like the because the idea. So no, like we always flying and swimming and shit like that. So when you float, that's like the it's still feminine though, but it's like something. So it's like when the feeling, like it's like for example, it's like this. So when a feeling represents itself, right, by default, an idea has to come with that feeling, right? So you need to have a good sufficient feeling to. So if you're in a feeling state, the motion will be androgynous, the feeling will be feminine, and then the picture will be masculine. So it's like a whole system you're doing within yourself. So when you do that thing within yourself, you're in spaces of where you don't even care on, like, because you're already like, and this kind of goes to my last post on the community shit. I posted something about knowing how to be with certain individuals, whatever I was talking about, in places of things, people, places, things. And with the individual aspects, I kind of broke down how motherfucking, and it's also good, like if you're doing it for God and you, then you know that whatever you're doing, right, is for the bigger picture, and you will always glow, you will always shine in your even your lowest moments. But it's not for you to get depressed about these moments. It's not for you to get isolated in these moments. It's for you to just express your creativity, express your shit you got going on. So no matter what happens, you always got your gold. You always got your shit. You always got your flow. You always got your 1, 2. You always got your everything. So because like now you're in spaces where you don't even have to worry and have to care about what people actually think and shit like that. Nigga, it's like you already got God's confirmation. So, and it's even better with a consort, or you know what I'm saying, with a partner. Because when you're with a partner, it's kind of like you're already in spaces of where, nigga, when you're with a partner, the whole thing is like, since you're already connected spiritual terms, the spiritual terms is y'all don't need to go no further than that, because you're already spiritual. So that's how y'all connected, because y'all spiritual. So you don't really gotta go any further than that. So when you connect on the basis of y'all being both spiritual and shit like that, that's how it's even more potent too. Because like nigga, if I had a partner right now, like as a spiritual consort right now, nigga, like honestly, like all my shit would go to her, like all this, everything, all my discography, all my you know what I'm saying, all my anything, like all go to her, nigga. And I don't even have to like nigga, I be playing my music, but when I'm playing my music and shit, and she's with me and shit, like I probably wouldn't be in this car. I probably I don't know. But I see that I be think picturing like I be in a big ass house or big ass mansion or something, and I be playing my music and like or school, whatever. When I'm playing my music, she's with me, and now I'm turning up. But in my mind, I see it like this: like if I'm turning up, nigga, like I'll be in a different world, a different way of thinking, a different state of mind, or whatever like that. And whatever I'm thinking in my mind is like she can play out those actions, and because she's like another half of me. So if we connect, it's like by default we're already like it's like we're the same spirit at this point because we're already in situations and like that we already have to, like because like it's like if like nigga like if I connect with her, nigga, we both popping. It's like shit like that because nigga I know I'm popping, I know I'm turning, I already know myself. So if I'm with her by default, nigga, it's gonna be even 10 times harder. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like so it just be shit like that. So like I be thinking sometimes like that. Like, yeah, if I had a consort right now, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? But like nigga, nah, if I'm free right now, then you know I'm free. You know, I'm gonna be a man. But at the moment right now, like it would be cool for a consort because like you know with a consort, I don't really gotta worry about too much shit at the moment. Like I can still like I don't gotta worry about like the audience I be attracting all the other shit because all I know is that we'll both of us will lead by example on how the world should be living at this point. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a consort with you right now, a spiritual consort, you should feel the same way. Like y'all should be the examples in how the world should be looking at a real relationship, fuck a relationship, or a real couple. You know what I'm saying? Because when they see that, they only gonna inspire to be just like y'all. Because when y'all connecting in the spiritual basis, y'all only connected to spirit just because y'all spiritual. So y'all can be the brokest whatever. But if y'all connect because y'all spiritual, then watch how fast God takes y'all out of that broke situation. Watch how God takes you, and then you'll start receiving, and all this money, all this attention, all this whatever. Then you'll come to conclusion that man, but all this shit it still ain't nothing, and that's what God wants to see because God sees that even if y'all had something, it's better if y'all. It's cool if y'all have something. It's nothing. Like I said, there's no such thing as right or wrong. It just is what it is. So when you go through certain situations and you with an actual spiritual consort, y'all manifestations come even better, quicker, and shit like that. And y'all can do shit behind closed doors where that can confirm that what y'all be doing is actually like what be attracting to this. To like it's like weird, like y'all be coming up with different minds. Like y'all won't even be in this at this point. Y'all won't even be in this world at this moment. Like y'all can do an interview together and shit like, and y'all can have one person talking for you the whole time. But it's like something that you say. It's like some other shit. And it's like, or it can it's just shit like that. Or it can just be like some shit like, or you don't gotta talk as much. Like you already got your partner to talk for you, your partner in crime. Or if you gotta do it, you can do it. It's like shit. It's like y'all already got, and then y'all start creating different shit. And then y'all start appearing each other's dreams, but in real time at the same time. And y'all start doing other shit. Like nigga, y'all start like building worlds up there and building types of worlds, and then y'all come to conclusion, yeah, we the same spirit at that point. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we came down here was to connect on a spiritual basis and shit like that, and connect and change the world and change the mind, because we already like, right, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So you know what I'm saying, being an archangel, you know what I'm saying, we only see it like this. If we connect with an individual, it's not for her to think, oh, I'm an angel too, or shit like that. And that's not the point. The point is that if we connect in general, then you don't even need to prove yourself to anybody, because nigga, I'm connected. I fuck with you. I love you. So I don't care. Like, it's not, if how the fuck a nigga like me with a mind like me, nigga, if I'm connecting with you, then I'm connecting with you. If I fuck with you, then I fuck with you. If you my bitch, then you my bitch. So I don't know what, like, I don't need to second scratch myself now, but we just fucking at them. No, it's like if I'm deep with it, I'm deep with it, and you can and like you'll be able to tell, because like nigga, like in a relationship, you don't even need to be. It's like, all right, it's kind of like this aspect when you're with a couple, right? It's always good to get, like, because a cup is like a cup and full. So couples and get the shit misarranged and miscombobulated and shit like that, and never, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But in general, like you always want to be in a state where you're connecting with someone based on actual relationships and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like me myself, I've never actually been in a relationship in my life, so it's like I can't I don't know how it feels to experience a real life, like real consort energy. You know what I'm saying? And any like situation I've actually been through, it don't even like correspond with like what a real spiritual thing looks like. It's all bases on desires and shit like that, and I got no use for that energy. And it's like shit like that. It's like it's like at this point, if you're with somebody just based on desires and relationship and shit like that, at some point in your life, the shit is going to fall. The shit's going to crash because someone's going to get tired of of relating this aspect. Someone's going to get tired of relating this aspect. So it's going to get to a point where y'all don't even know like if it's really worth it and shit like that. But see, that's the whole point. Is it worth it? If y'all not making no money, if y'all know it's like y'all just fucking at the moment at that point. But see, like when you're with a real consort spiritual shit, y'all don't even care about all that other shit. That shit that's some baby shit. That just comes in general. So when you're with a spiritual shit, you're gonna have to be with certain individuals where you can actually relate that and shit in general. Because when you relate that, you're more in spaces of more of where you should be as a spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I should be going this deep, man. I got to talk like, but I'm just letting y'all know like conversations I be having with God and shit like that. Like shit, I be thinking like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But it's like, nigga, yeah, it's deep, but like, yeah, it's like things like that. We all trying to like match vibes and match energy and share worlds, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to share worlds. Like, nigga, like when you were born as from your parents, right? It took them to be together for you to come, right? Now, sometimes the waters may get foggy because like some parents are just like, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, so doing some other shit, and all types of baby daddies and baby mamas and had different, but like it still took them for people to come together. So it's always that aspect of teamwork makes a dream work for anything in general. So it's like you always got to be on that little space in your life, because nigga, when you're in that space in your life, you know how to actually do something. Like you know, you always have the know-how to, even if you feel like you don't have the know-how, you always come to the conclusion where you separate from that body of water and enter some new, fresh, clean, more waters. Because nigga, I ain't even from this water cycle, so nigga, I can't even drink water like that. And I try too. I swear, it's like anytime I drink something, it's like it's either two things that happen. I just don't fuck with it. I spit that shit out, or I used to throw it, but I stopped. I got out of that phase. But I either don't fuck with it, or if I drink it, this shit just fucks with me. Like it's like, man, the way it be going down, and I be pissing a lot too. I be peeing a lot. Like, nigga, it is weird. Like, I'll be like, nigga, if it claims to be clear or whatever like that, it's kind of like, because I can drink this all like I can drink, because it's just some mixed shit. I be putting some other shit in this. No, it's not lean, nigga. No, it's not whatever y'all be codeine. I ain't no crackhead spirit, nigga. This is some other shit. Man, it's what is it called? It's y'all know y'all know them Starburst blue raspberry shit. That's what it is. Oh, the actual Starburst, we just drop it in now. You pour it in there, you mix it together. It's like this is basically like Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Got the sugar, got all the shit in it, so I can just drink this shit too. So nigga, I'm cool off that. Nigga, I can't drink shit up water. That shit just fucks me shit. I think it's like an angel thing. Like, angels just, because we're not from this actual world. So nigga, because when we came down here, we like, nigga, like it just, we're not from this world. So when we were correlating the real waters we be drinking don't even be this color. Like whatever y'all think, it don't be these colors. It'd be like I said, like if y'all go back to my last live stream, I kind of correlate to the colors in general. Like how shit be correlating, like this will be the blue chakra, and if you move left here, it'll be like reddish green, and because you're looking at it, but it's really like, so in that world, it's like the water will be looking like almost like that color, but it's not really that color. Like it's really like some other shit, and you know what it is because you're used to that world. So and it's a world you created, so you know how your shit be moving. And most of the times it won't even be drink some other shit. But this is examples, like, you know, wine, liquor, whatever you drink. But it's like there's reasons why we came up with other solutions besides just water. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why they be talking about what. And I ain't saying water is a bad thing. Like niggas, some humans like water. Humans like drinking. So some humans think water is good for you and shit. And water diets on, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And like, and then nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that, like, as spirits, like, when you know you're not from this actual water cycle, then you know why certain things be playing out and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Motherfucking, things, I don't know. It's deep, but it's like we're all doing something together as spirits. Like we're all connecting. Like, at least in the spiritual realm first, because nigga, this shit ain't. We all dead anyway, so we all live in a box at this moment. So it's like, nigga, how lit can you make your box? You know what I'm saying? How broad can you make your box? How expanded can you make this box? You know what I'm saying? So whatever you got going on, it's for you and yours. And then once you understand God first, then you'll understand the you and yours energy, because you're only doing it for God. So if you're doing it for God, then the whole point, the whole idea, the whole aspect is just to do it. You know what I'm saying? God don't want no weak ass spirits that be timid. They're like, oh nah, just do it, nigga. Nigga, don't be a lame, don't be a bitch, don't be a pussy, nigga. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because pussies get fucked. So if you're a pussy, you get fucked. And I ain't talking actual physical like sex. I'm talking about you get fucked in the mind, like, nigga, you let all types of, because nigga, we already live in a dumbass water snake. And this motherfucker be getting fucked by all types of shit because it's a pussy, it's a bitch. So it's like, nigga, if you're already in that energy, then you get fucked by all types of entities and spirits out here that know, if you don't know how to use your mind, they'll use it for you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, don't be in these energies. Know who you are, nigga. Be the spiritual wise spirit. So when you're a spiritual wise spirit, you know how you come off and how you come in life in general. You know what I'm saying? You know how you push out your little 1, 2, your little aspects and shit. You don't gotta worry too much about what people gotta actually persuade you to feel or do. You know what I'm saying? You're just doing it because you enjoy doing it and shit like that and things of that nature. But you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, and then that's kind of like another way, an aspect in how we can look at water and separate the how I say this, the things, like you can separate the parasites, the chemicals. This whole is parasitical, right? Because it came from the mind, and the mind's already a parasite on its own, especially when it starts to get hardened and created and all that type of shit. So it's like when it bends into itself and creates the organs just copy what the mind is, what what the mind looks like, right? And with that being said, when it copies how the mind looks like, that's why this world it seems like to be a demonic ass world. But it doesn't have to be like this. Like, but it's just like this. It's just like this. And like, nigga, I'm in a type of position where, nigga, like, nigga, I'm here to change. Like, I'm here to, like, nigga, I'm in competition with real leaders down there, nigga. I ain't in no competition with no human, nigga. I'm in competition with some entities out here that, nigga, the way I speak, the way I kick and shit like that, it fucks up with the way they come off with to be. Like, it fucks up their shit. Like, it fucks up their little their little shit. So they don't like that. And I'm in that space where, nigga, like, I'm like that. So, nigga, it's either you trying to like, you want to battle, or, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, like, or, you know what I'm saying, like, shit like that. It's things like that. Like, so I don't even be with this weak ass demonic ass human peasant shit. They're like, angels have no use for this. Like, what the fuck? This ain't shit. I have no use for this energy. Like this ain't shit. Like, nigga, I can't do anything. I can't do anything with your energy. Nigga, I'm out here to find the real battle. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? You can do what you got, but, nigga, like, it's like you gotta be in these spaces to know, like, to understand, like, the bigger shit. Like, and it's like deep, but it's like it's really not that deep, because, nigga, like, you wouldn't know about none of, like, you wouldn't even be aware of what I'm saying or anything if y'all didn't experience things like this in your life too. You just go through a small percentage of this in our everyday life. It's just more on a percentage level. 99% of the world is just more on deep demonic human time. And so it's kind of like they're already lost in lights, already lost in symbols and symbolisms and all types of shit. So since I already see through all this shit, I don't really give a fuck. And then I see more than whatever they thought they put into it. And I see how that shit ain't even shit at its own. So I just have it, the correspondence. I can always put the correspondence into play, while you all be in the the other shit. Like, but what color was her dress? No, but he had the white shoes on. Oh, but no, but she had the, y'all just talking some, what the fuck are y'all even saying? Y'all just be talking some other shit. Nigga, nigga, my word is a flaming sword. Nigga, my word is the flame. Nigga, I know when I be talking, I be pushing, I be doing shit. I know what the fuck I be doing. It ain't even like, and it's like when at this point, it's like when you know what you're doing, you're a bad motherfucker. Period. You're a bad motherfucker. But it's like I already know what the fuck I be doing. I know what the fuck I be talking about, and I wouldn't be talking like this if I didn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's period. So it's like you gotta have a sense of wisdom too. You can't just be talking out your ass. That's what they call it, the donkey in the Bible. The one who talks out their ass. You can't just be talking out your ass. You gotta be aware enough to know on how the situation corresponds and shit like that. Like, for example, like don't feel like you should represent a certain energy and a vibe because of how someone played on your emotions. Like, sometimes the emotions was for example, like, this is like, let's say you're a Gemini and then you're meeting an Aquarius, right? So with you being a Gemini, right, you should already know that Geminis already are in a state of where they don't mind being all out for you and themselves. And then the Aquarius is the type where they got the business savvy mind. So with the Aquarius being the business savvy mind, and then the revolutionaries and shit like that, there are any spaces of where if they can't connect with a Gemini that's on that type of time, and there's no even point to even go upon that way of living. But see the Gemini sees it as this. Nigga, you can still be revolutionary, but why can't you just see it like my way? So Gemini is always about me and us, and for the world. Aquarius are for the world and then me, because the Aquarius always thinks of how the world would feel, and then internalize that for themselves and then separate that for the world. So they'll see they'll just chop it up and make a cup for themselves, for the world, and then the world should respect that cup because the Aquarius had the type of mind to even come up with that conclusion. But the Gemini comes out like, nigga, but just do it this way. Because see, if I can already get with certain signs, I can already connect with certain signs and shit like that. And the Aquarius is like, yeah, I can do that too. But the Gemini's like, all right, but if you do it like this way, like you can also have ways where you can and Geminis don't know, they be slicking sometimes, but this is how they don't know why they say this, but this is why they say this. They be slicking shit. So when they be communicating, talking and shit like that, when they be going to correspond, doing a little shit like that, they already be in spaces of where they don't mind being mutable, or they don't mind being two-faced, or whatever you want to call them. But it's really that they don't really be aware of what they be doing, especially this is like if they're low octave, right? They don't be aware of what they're doing. Now they're high octave, they know what they be doing, but they be doing it for the better purpose. Like they be doing it to get people into better situations, help themselves out, do for God. But see, if they're lost in the world and they just do it because they do it and they don't know what they do, they don't know what they do. But for example, right? So y'all chopping it with an Aquarius, and Aquarius will try to put you. So at the end of the day, it'll go back and forth with y'all. You're just arguing instead of just coming to the conclusion of, all right, the Aquarius come up with the mindset. All right, listen. If I want to change the world, if I want to change the way that people think, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna create an actual foundation. I'm gonna create an actual state. I'm gonna create an actual realm. You know what I'm saying? And once I create that world, you can hop in it and tell me ways on how I can push that out to all types of races, nations, all that shit, so I can correspond with everyone. So it's like y'all doing teamwork shit. So y'all no longer in your ego. Y'all doing it for the community-minded individuals, right? Now let's say you're a Leo and this is Aries, right? So Leos are already all about me, but sometimes they do it just for the sake of being it. They don't want to. They have an ego, but they don't want to be seen as ego. So they represent it as just focus on me for right now. So you don't got to focus on the ego, but they don't understand that the Leo in general is the actual ego. So the Leo in general is that actual charge, that is the actual spark, you know what I'm saying, is the actual shit. So that actual energy on its own is already seems egotistical and shit. And since the Aries already be on their own, Aries don't really care and give a fuck about the actual world and how they think about it. So the Aries is and then Aries will come to conclusions like, all right, well, you don't even gotta, like, Aries wouldn't even say shit. But it's like if the Leo had the idea like to know how to come to an Aries, like if they like Leo spiritual, right? And they know how to come into an Aries, right? The Aries will know, all right. So if I'm going to let this individual know I'm gonna be down for real with it. Now, if I see this cat is giving some weird ass energies, nah, I ain't gonna go too far with that. You know what I'm saying? Because Aries already be spiritual. Aries already be peeping game. So Aries already be knowing certain shit. So when Aries go through a certain situation and shit like that, like for them to even trust you, they gotta sense the genuine energy in general, right? So when they sense that genuine energy, then now they're spaces where they can release to you, they can express how they feel. So with the Leo, let's say the Leo wants to has a brand, but the brand is their literal face. There's the literal face on the brand. So the Aries has no choice but to the Aries don't give a fuck about attention. The Aries is already in spaces where how is this different from, how is this not like what, this is the same as everyone else. Like everyone else wants to be seen as something. Aries don't really care how they're seen. Aries just wants to do something. If it's for God, then it can help the world. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Aries sees it. So, but Leo's probably, if they're with God, Leo's. I mean, if they're not with God, Leo's will see it as, nah, I gotta put my face on. I gotta put some shit that represents me and shit like that. And if it don't even represent, if you're trying to get something that don't represent that represents you only, and your face on the shit, and you're showing the whole world to it, and like, yeah, wear my shirt because nigga, we're doing this. Like, what the fuck, nigga? You ain't gonna go far. You ain't go far with that shit at all. So Aries ain't gonna fuck with you. But let's say you're a spiritual Leo, right? And you can want to connect with the Aries. Now, for you to connect Aries, you got to know to come. You got to know how to come. You can't just be all. Can y'all both fire too? So you should already be aware enough to know. All right, y'all should already know y'all still in the passionate realm. Y'all still in the frequency. Y'all still in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in the internal. Y'all in the you know what I'm saying? Y'all know y'all emotion. Y'all know, like, y'all know all about that shit. So it's like y'all already connected to the feelers. You're the feeler sign. So you should already come to that conclusion. Like fuck the attention. Throw the attention out. Come with the fire. Come with the straight sun aspect. So we come with the straight sun and shit like that. You come because Aries our first house is also Mars is actually it rises in the first house. So you know what I'm saying, the sun and Mars is ruled in Mars. You know what I'm saying? So Mars is ruled in Aries in first house. So if you know how to connect with an Aries like that, you know how to connect with shit like that, you know, y'all just come strictly on your creativity. So the Aries can fuck with you because the Aries is only gonna fuck with individuals that are spiritually into their creative gifts and creativities and talents and shit like that. So if you're coming into that and then you throw your ego aside, your attention seeking ass aside, you come to a conclusion where you can actually work well with an Aries because now you're on spaces where the Aries can do something for themselves because they know it's still about because they still like they want to be part people, but if they can't get to a certain if they see a certain expression or a look or a phase that someone's going through, they won't even bother. They just ghost your ass. But if they can see something within you that you don't see within yourself, and you actually know that this is within yourself, then the Aries will actually help you, and then y'all can connect with each other. And let's say y'all do want to start a clothing brand, and y'all are in an actual relationship too. Like y'all say y'all some consort energy at that too. That's gonna be a lot of fire, but it's gonna be, y'all are gonna be in spaces of where whatever y'all create, whatever y'all do, right? The Aries, whether it be male or female, you know what I'm saying, let's say it's a female and the male's a Leo, right? Whatever the male got going on, the male would never have no lack of creativity in his life and ever. And especially the chick is a spiritual Aries, the chick will always put the male into situations where he'll even get into his Aries energy because he'll come to conclusions where, nah, nigga, I gotta do this shit for her. Like it'll start doing it. You'll start doing it for her. Like you'll say, oh yeah, I got some shit I want to do, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But you're really doing it for her. And she if she's spiritual enough and she knows what she be doing, she knows that she's really pushing you to be doing shit to help yourself. So when you help yourself, you're not only are y'all creating some foundations, creating some stage, but she knows what she's doing. She knows since Aries don't really give fuck about attention like that, she's creating your own stage for yourself. So when y'all create that stage for yourself, and you can be on stage and get the attention you so wanted, so like, but then it's gonna be spaces where you don't even care like that because now you're the high octave Leo. You only get the attention if it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? And then the even the bad attention, you get that too, but you don't feel depressed about because the Aries is already with you. The Aries is already pushing you to do shit, so you already doing something, and y'all be doing some miraculous, strange ass shit. and God will bless you with all types of shit, and you'll never be less. But since you're less at the moment, since you're at the and God is bigger than you, you know what I'm saying? It can give you some lessons to learn for you, and then you can go through all types of Star Trek, Star Wars flunked out shit on your life and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Now let's say this is a Taurus and Scorpio and shit like that. Now the Taurus and Scorpio, like with this state, now this is kind of is in conjunction, I think. Yes, this is a in conjunction, right? So this is kind of like, no, I'm tripping. Wait, Gemini came to Leo, Virgo. It's in conjunction. No, I don't know. But this is in conjunction. You know what I'm saying? So I know conjunction is together, right? Yeah, in conjunction. Yeah. So 180 degrees. In conjunction. Yeah. So this is in conjunction, right? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, the fucking with y'all being together, right? Y'all are in bases of where y'all already connecting with the aspect. If y'all, so let's say y'all not spiritual, y'all just connected on some desires and shit like that, right? Hold on, yo. I ain't trying to hear no fucking. Let's say y'all are not spiritual at the moment, and y'all some Taurus Scorpios, right? So let's say Scorpio's a male and a Taurus is a female, right? So if y'all not spiritual, both of y'all not spiritual. The only thing on the Scorpio's mind is how to get into your panties, right? The Taurus, and since she's already like the daytime of Venus, right? She like in like, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be in a space of where she don't even she gonna be in space where she can actually like match that energy, because she don't really care for herself like that too, especially she's not spiritual. So she's gonna be in states where y'all gonna fuck a few times and things of that nature, but as soon as that Scorpio gets it's scratched and things, and then he moves on, you're gonna be in that space of where, oh shit, this cat just used me for me. This cat just want me to dry my panties and shit like that. And you won't be spaces like that where now you're in spaces of where you feel like you were what's that word I'm looking for? It's a certain word. You feel like you were, fuck that shit. But you just feel like you feel fucked up. Like, damn, this cat use me and shit like that. And then now the only thing y'all doing, and then your next relationship, you'll lean toward more the Scorpio aspect. So you'll be in spaces of where, like, let's say you find someone that's actually genuine wants to connect with you. You may not trust that individual all the way, right? So it'll take a minute for that individual to get in your panties. And even when they do get in your panties, it's gonna be spaces of where you don't even like, it's like you don't give that satisfaction of how to start a relationship, even if you tried it, right? So you won't even be in spaces where you even wanted to even like, even if this motherfucker was actually a real genuine motherfucker, you wouldn't say it like that, because like what the last Scorpio did. That's how Scorpios like got that shit, that stinger when they sting a motherfucker, and that's the sign got the bleeding aspect. So they carry the shit for a while, especially if they're not spiritual and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Aries do the same thing, but Aries just do it in the open. Scorpios keep it low key, then they do it. You know what I'm saying? Aries gonna straight up do it. You know what I'm saying? Scorpios are just gonna motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But you know what I'm saying? But then with that being said, now it's all a thing, like it's all a trans thing. It's like everything's like a thing for ourselves. Like everything's like a different source for ourselves. Like when I say source, I'm not always talking about God, but I can be talking about, but when I say source, I'm kind of talking about this. Like when you create the source for yourself, you come to the conclusion that people need in order for people to get a sense of a source or energy or force, whatever, they need to come to you. So it's kind of like you become the teacher, you become the everything in people's life. You can become the politics, become the business, you become the entertainment, you become the religion, you become the education, you become all five pillars for everyone. And they may not even know what you be doing online. They may not even be aware of what you be doing, but all they be aware of is this: you got the energy work, you got the vibe, you got the you know what I'm saying, you got the look, you know what I'm saying, you got the so you got something going on. So you clearly you may be you're in a space of where you've been here, done that, beyond this actual body, beyond these actual forms. You just been here. You got that presence, you got that source of frequency. You know what I'm saying, and shit like that. But a lot of people don't really peep game with shit like that. Like a lot of people will take shit like that for granted, right? So you know what I'm saying, you just in spaces of where you don't even have to like you don't even have to have no correction system within yourself, right? The correction system falls within you. The correction system detaches from you because you start to correct too many of the little things. You start to check out the little things that you feel like is a flaw within yourself. And sometimes a lot of times you gotta figure out like the flaws within yourselves. If it, they're only bad when you pay attention to it. Like sometimes you shouldn't be paying attention to a lot of things in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like generally like a lot of females, they be having some insecurities that they know damn well they probably don't. But I mean, they have a thing, but like they know they shouldn't even be going through none of these insecurities that especially if they're pretty. They know, man, they shouldn't go through. They go. You know what I'm saying, no, they should be going through no sense of insecurity. But it plays out the reason why they go through senses things of insecurity and shit like that is because like how their life has played out. Like since they were always the pretty chick and like they probably didn't see it like that, but since people always seen them as a pretty girl, it was kind of the way their mind was structured. Like they seen it as like, all right, so it's kind of like, oh, I shouldn't do this and that because I'm a woman, so I should have someone do this for me. But see, the whole point is to when you're a female and you're in like, and let's say you're not spiritual, right? You come to conclusions that you like, and this is why like a lot of pretty girls like they be having certain like, and I don't give a fuck, but they be having certain acnes and shit like that. It's because like they don't forgot that they're in a human body just like all of us. So nigga, you got pee too, you got a shit too. You can't hold these things in. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like you're still a human, so you can't get this shit fucked up. Like a lot of things we do in our life is nigga because how the mind was bent into itself to do it. And you can't be like, oh, but I'm still a queen and I ain't gonna take a shit and I ain't gonna pee and I ain't gonna do none of that shit. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna hold that shit. And that's why you be having certain things and acting because this it's like, if they don't come out, they're gonna come in your skin. It's just your blood, the water playing out differently in that atmosphere, so it goes up to your temple, right? And shit like that. But besides that, like it can also play out like you have you had a fucked up mom. You know what I'm saying? Your mom was like some generational cursed ass parents and shit like that. So when with your mom in your life, you know what I'm saying, your mom was always in the type of mind states of where she couldn't consider seeing going long term with the dad, right? And or she'd always be subconsciously talking shit to that damn to your dad and shit like that. And even if they're still together, like the point is that y'all still in spaces of where y'all won't date. Like your mom wasn't in a real connective, genuine space with your dad. They probably just got together over some desires, but they still had you, so you can't really be mad at them. It's like you can still like be in spaces where like you can understand them, but you can't really be mad at them. So when you're connecting with them, when you're all shit like that, it's kind of like you gotta be in spaces of where you just know for yourself that you had a confirmation from God that if you are spiritual, you had a confirmation from God that you had to go through these things. Like a lot of strong spirits have to go through the toughest shit in their life because God can only see y'all go through that little representation of whatever you go through in your life, because whatever y'all go through is like the testimony in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the sense of just knowing yourself and understanding yourself and things of that nature. Now, with that being said, like it ain't really all that for an individual to go all out for somebody if they're not even giving them the same percentage level of energy back, right, or the same percentage level of consistency back. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people be in relationships with people that you know what I'm saying, they don't like, even if they don't cheat, they're in that mind state, so it's going to bend into its organ to lead to you get to the right place, right time where y'all do cheat. But you always want to be in a space where when you're connected to an individual, y'all connect because y'all spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even be connected on desires. And this ain't the world just to connect. Like this world, that shit is dead at this moment. You like connect with somebody because you're spiritual. Connect with somebody because you're spiritual. Connect with somebody because you're spiritual. Connect with somebody because y'all spiritual. That's the whole point. When y'all spiritual, that does the most. That confirms it. So y'all are already in spaces where y'all don't need to go and think too hard about something. Y'all don't need to think too hard about something. Y'all just doing it because y'all love each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love spiritual shit. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing it for other shit. So it don't matter on how like ugly or whatever you want to call it, like the individual appears to look like. Apparently, as soon as y'all connect and the minds y'all start creating for each other, the ugliness won't even be there at that point. At that point, the mind that they got for themselves bends into itself and then creates the actual organs of y'all seem somehow looking beautiful to each other, right? And I ain't saying that like motherfuckers just be ugly and shit. No, I'm just talking, but y'all, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know what I'm saying? I just be talking and shit. I want y'all to feel me, you know what I'm saying? Just feel me, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things like that, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think right now if I should because I did want to talk about, and I ain't gonna lie, this whole thing it's like, just chop it up as this. This whole thing I talked about is to better yourself and to understand that everything is water playing out differently in different atmospheres. So everything is like a different space, different environment, different vibration, different frequency, different thought form, different feeling, different idea, different star. You know what I'm saying? Different everything. Like stars are water. Now I can bring to this aspect of stars are water. So and then our mind is the fluid, but we can't see this shit. So it's in our mind. So no puns intended, in the mind. So your mind is a fluid, and don't get that shit fucked up. And the whole aspect it's just to do this. It's just to know how far to treat situations in your life. So if you get a thought and feeling that you don't fuck with, then let that shit go one through one chakra through the out. If you got a thought and feeling that you fuck with, then fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you're doing, at the end of the day, you're still transmuting the energy. So as long as you know how to transmute energy, you're on your way and shit like that. But it, like we all in spaces where we all are in, like we all are in kind of survival of the fittest energies. But it's kind of like we kind of gotta be in these spaces anyway, because nigga, this is a dog eat dog world anyway. It didn't have to be like this, but it is. So it's kind of like if you're not in the survival of the fittest, if you're not in the actual you know what I'm saying, shit like that, you're not really living life. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, yeah, and it's like fucking fuck that shit. Y'all on that like vibe, nigga, and you ain't gonna really manifest shit. Like, nigga, you're just here just to die and come back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shit like that. With that being said, motherfucker, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm gonna go live later on today again. I might tonight or something like that. But see what I'm saying? Yes, Brock, stop out. We out, motherfucker. Bye.